What's up, guys? I'm Kyle, the human strength expert. In today's video, I'm gonna give you 3 tips to get your legs bigger. First thing you need to remember when you're training for leg development is you need something known as time under tension. Most people will do a set, whether they're doing something that's like a leg extension or a leg press, and that set might last for 15 to 20 seconds. Maybe if it's an outlier, they might stay on there for 30 seconds. You need to be under tension, the muscular and the nervous system, for 30 to 70 seconds at minimum. Back when I was competing, my coach, Scott Abel, shared a story with me about a Bulgarian wrestler. This wrestler had 34-inch legs, and the only thing he would do for legs, he would do one all-out set on leg extension, which leg extension, you can take it or leave it, it's not gonna do much for you. And then he would do an 8-minute set on squats, with 135 pounds. Before I give you 3 of my favorite exercises to develop your legs, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Tom Platz, the Golden Eagle. So Tom Platz, actually he co-wrote the first book I ever read back in high school that I mail ordered on strength training. Tom Platz still has what I believe to be the best leg development of all time. You can see his pictures in this video. Unbelievable leg development. He would do these brutal leg training sessions, and then he would take his bike, lived out in California. He would ride through the mountains with his bike, his bicycle, not motorcycle, for 3 hours after a leg training session. And nobody could keep up with this guy. He had the proper mindset. And with leg training, that's what you need. You need to know that you're going to battle. You need to know it's gonna be very uncomfortable. You need to know that you're not gonna die when you're doing it, even though your brain is telling you that it's gonna be screaming, hey, you're gonna drop dead, you're gonna drop dead. The worst thing that's gonna happen to you is you might faint. And if you put yourself in that position and you're squatting, just have somebody there with you, okay? Keep it simple. But get prepared up here. About 10 years ago, when I was still heavily competing, I would have people that would approach me, other aspiring bodybuilders, other aspiring competitors that would wanna train legs with me. First 3 people that did that, within the first set, they all had to go to the bathroom and vomit because they weren't prepared mentally for what we were about to do. So 3 of my favorite exercises for leg development, especially if you don't have a lot of fancy equipment. The first one is called a speed skater squat. This is something that Charles Poliquin taught me, late great Charles Poliquin. It's a lot of time under tension and single-legged, right? Single-legged, you can really overload one limb a lot more than as opposed if you're training bilaterally. So a speed skater squat looks like this. I would have some weight. I'm just gonna use 25s because I already did about a 2.5-hour workout today. I'm gonna load up the opposite leg to start out. One leg is gonna be elevated in the back. Now what this is, guys, you come down to a specified target, you touch, you come halfway up, back down, all the way up. So again, you come down, you touch, halfway up, back down, all the way up. That's a speed skater squat. That is gonna give you a lot of bang for your buck. That might be the hardest one there is, depending on the rep scheme that you're doing. You can load up both hands. You could go ipsilateral, same side, or unilateral on the other side. But that's a speed skater squat, so that's the first one. So the second thing that I do that is very, very difficult, you gotta build up to this, is what I mentioned with that Bulgarian heavyweight wrestler. I set the clock for 8 minutes and 5 seconds, especially when I'm by myself, because I can't hit the button and start squatting, so I give it 5 extra seconds. Hit the button, I get into the squat rack with the safety bar, which is 70 pounds. And at minimum, I'll have a plate on there, so I'm doing about 160, 170. Got up to as high as 220 on that, and I squat for 8 minutes. I've gotten as high as 106 reps in one set in 8 minutes. But if you build up to something like that, to be honest with you, you don't need to do anything else. You could do that. You're probably gonna be on the floor afterwards. But if you want leg development, again, it takes a certain mentality to do this. It took me quite a while to build up to that. But once I made the decision to do it, there was no stopping me. So long duration sets of squats. So that's probably my favorite thing to do for leg development. The last thing I want to show you guys or explain to you guys for leg development is one long set of lunges. This set this morning took me about 10 minutes. About a 200-yard set of lunges. I use 135, got it on my back. I go all the way down to that stop sign, down there. And then I come all the way back. It is brutal, Yeah, it's taking you about 10 minutes. So if you could do all 3 of those in a workout, you're on another planet compared to most people. If you could build up to just start doing 1 of them, you are going to get development of your legs. Remember, it's a mentality leg training, and the biggest stimulus for muscle growth is how hard you train as far as intensity. You can spend an hour in the gym putzing around on your leg press and leg curl and leg extension and all this silly stuff, but I guarantee your legs probably aren't growing. So those are my tips and tricks for gaining leg size. Be consistent with it. You'll be a different person. It'll change your whole body once you develop your legs. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I need you to do a few things for me. I need you to like the video. That allows me to know that you like the content that I'm putting out and I can make more of it. I need you to leave a comment, whether that's a critique, a question, or hey, Kyle, I really like this. Again, that gives me further information to make videos that are serving you. Lastly, I need you to subscribe and hit the notification button. That way YouTube will show you my stuff more and you'll be able to benefit from it more. Panda Man out.